I want to thank Raven and the whole convention for having me here. I know many of you specifically came tonight to hear me, but I encourage you to stay for the rest of the program. It's polite, and I think you might be pleasantly surprised. I had an opportunity to attend the first Netroots Nation. It was then Yearly Coast at Las Vegas at the beautiful Riviera Hotel. And if you remember, there was a swarm of media there. You really couldn't use the restroom without stepping over Adam DeGurney. And the story that they were covering basically was, who are these freaks? And why are they using the internet to talk about politics? And why did Mark Warner build them an ice sculpture? And now, most of the media is not here, and the reason why is they're at home trying to figure out how to be more like the people in this room so that they don't go out of business. And what they didn't understand, and what many people, I think, still don't understand, is that this community is not about the internet. It's about an approach to politics. And it's about moving from the kind of politics that is clubby and transactional and hierarchical, and towards one that is open and transparent and participatory. And that's what really motivated me to get involved and to start blogging and try to, I was working from a think tank, and to try to present all the great work that was done then, is done today at the Center for American Progress, and open it up and make it more accessible and open up the discussion. And that work is still going on today. And that's the same thing that had motivated me now to run for the House of Delegates in Maryland, where I'm from. And in Annapolis, which is where the State House is, and it's also where I live, the State House sits in the middle of a circle. They call it State Circle. You can guess why. And all around State Circle are a series of fancy restaurants and hotels. And we've had ethics reform in Maryland so that you as an individual lobbyist can't take a single legislator and take them to one of these fancy restaurants. You now have to take a group of them to the restaurant, a whole committee or a caucus. And so a lot of the work that is done today, a lot of the discussion gets carried out in the back rooms of steakhouses and hotels and restaurants. And I'm running to try to bring the discussion out of the steakhouse and onto the street, into people's homes, and onto the internet. And I think that I'm not interested in doing that because I think that the internet is groovy and that this is the future. I'm doing that because I believe, and I think many of you believe, that when more people are involved, that when the barriers to entry are lowered, that when there is more engagement, that we get better policy results. And I think that that's really what this is about. It's about YouTube or Twitter or blogging or whatever the thing 10 years from now that when we come here that everyone's going to be into. It's about trying to make things happen and impact people's lives. And I think that the impact that this community has had at the federal level is very well known. There's been a string of victories, Social Security privatization and the Iraq War and the presidential election in 2008. But there's also incredible work that many of you are doing on the state level. But for those of you that aren't yet here, who aren't yet working on the state level, I would really encourage you to make time to do so, because I know just from being in this for a few months that on a local campaign, on a state campaign, one volunteer, one canvasser, one phone banker, one donor can make the difference in thousands of races all around the country, including my race. And you can connect up to it at juddlegum.com. But I just want to say in closing, I'm really privileged to be here. I'm really privileged to consider myself part of this community, and I'm really excited to keep coming back here and keep working with all of you to try to make this country, all of our states, all of our cities a better place. So thank you.